Greetings, celestial ascending masters of the new earth, rising to the calling of the golden age, the age of Aquarius. Many energies coming in today, preparing us for the portal tomorrow on the 12/12, the Divine Goddess portal, into the eclipse on the 14th. We released earlier today a booster activation for 2 dates prior to the solstice, to the Age of Aquarius activation on the winter solstice, December 21st, 2020, with this major alignment conjunction. Today the energies seem to be a little more calm than yesterday, which coincided and synchronized with the Schumann resonance. If you look at the charts today, they were much calmer than yesterday. Yesterday there was whiteout blasts coming in from higher dimensional gamma waves, and then today there was a calm. There was a slight amplitude of 10 hertz today, which synchronized with the 1010 portal. These waves have been coming in like a roller coaster ride, rising up, coming down, rising up, preparing us physically, mentally, emotionally for this great blast of energy that's coming in through these eclipses, through the solstice portal, and all these major alignments coming in celestially, affecting the physical realm. So we do our best to ride these waves and anchor the frequencies, the codes, the activations into the crystalline core of Pachamama. All of us anchored and stationed on the earth, the angelic earth crew, are naturally doing it with our physical vessels. We're like grounding rods for these higher dimensional energies, and they move through our body, through the rainbow bridge, into the depths of the consciousness of Pachamama. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for their support on Patreon. I wanted to thank all of you that have purchased these goddess dolls from my sacred condor, which you can purchase at lunagoddessart.com. That's her Etsy shop. And we did our 3rd drawing today, where I'll release the name at the end of today's transmission. And I'd like to give a special thanks and shout out to Lady V, Veronica at Higher Realm Holistics. My divine goddess, my condor, sent her one of the dolls, and she gave her a shout out, and her website and the eagle and the condor send you our blessings and love, divine sister. So thank you very much. We truly appreciate you, and we appreciate all of you for your support on Patreon and your donations. Today we reached about halfway in pledges to the daily expenses, so we appreciate you all. And thank you all for your support. If you'd like to support our work and mission of the New Earth and the Eagle and the Condor, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/prime disclosure. So we have 3 more days of drawings for these gifts, and then we're going to be giving out several more gifts to our supporters on Patreon. And we plan on doing many more raffles and drawings for our supporters, and many different gifts and spiritual items and things like crystals and vajras and many holy items coming as a way to show our gratitude and appreciation for all of you that are supporting our work and our mission of bringing these daily transmissions and assisting the collective of manifesting the new earth, and eventually to be able to manifest and build healing retreat centers and sustainable communities around the world. So we thank you all, and we love you all. Now, today, in the last 24 hours, we had 138 M1.5 or greater earthquakes. The most powerful was a 5.1 in Okinawa, Japan, on the Ring of Fire, the Lemurian energy coming in again today. This morning, Willits, California, with a 3.4. Indonesia also with the Lemurian energy 4.5 with the 9 codes coming in. Alaska in the crown of Lemuria 3.3. And then in the sacred portal, Argentina, in the Andes Mountains, right on the Tropic of Capricorn, where the sacred condor flies high and the kundalini of the earth is fully activated with a 4.5, 9 energy, 221 kilometers depth. So this went deep. And then we had a 4.6 with the Lemurian energy, the 10 code again, in Fiji, which is in between the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn, and that went very deep at 549 kilometers depth. We had another powerful earthquake in Okinawa, Japan, with a 4.8 to 12 energy, synchronizing with the 1212 portal tomorrow. Puerto Rico had a 3.1 with the Atlantean energies. Sandpoint again in the crown of Lemuria 4.4. Idaho 3.6 with the 9 code. The sacred portal in Iran with a 4.7. 11 energy coming in. And this was in the Zagros Mountains. Colombia, South America. We had 2 activations, one on the coast on the Ring of Fire with a 4.9, the 13 energy of the Divine Goddess. And then on the border of Venezuela, Colombia, a 4.5, 9 energy, 107 UTC, 17 code, 7.897. Latitude 72.665, longitude. And then we had 2 activations in the sacred portal on the coast of Chile, South America. We had a 4.5 again with the 9 code, and then we had another 4.5 on the border of Peru and Chile in the sacred Andes Mountains, 2211 UTC, a mirror of 1122, the sacred code at the base of the pyramid. And then with the Lemurian energy rising up, we had 2 more activations with the Atlantean energy. So we had 3 pairs of 2, the Trinity and the twin flames within the Trinity. And this was in Puerto Rico with 2, 3.2 right after each other. Getting the code of the 5-5, which is the 10 activation, the same symbol within the Schumann resonance today. This is the time of the great revelation, the great revealing, and the apocalypse, the unveiling. All veils of illusion and deception are being removed and lifted from the eyes of consciousness, from the eyes of humanity. Here now, the eyes of our spirit are being opened. We start today's first transmission from Sparks of Divine Light Healing. We have lots of cosmic energies merging together right now. A CME has arrived, coronal mass ejection. We will continue to feel the effects over the next couple of days. We are feeling lots of solar winds right now. We are in a KP Index 7 storm, which is quite high. Despite that, the Schumann resonance has been very calm today. These energies are bringing some powerful DNA activations with them. This week we have tons of Orion, Pleiadian, and Sirian energies streaming in. This weekend we have the 1212 portal. It's also the peak of the Geminids meteor shower. That means there's a chance you may even see some rainbow-colored shooting stars. Our planet is passing through the dust and the debris from an asteroid. This is the final meteor shower of the year and also the best one. We can expect it to be raining down fireballs and even blue, yellow, red, and green stars. Let's just say there is extra magic in the air and is the perfect time to make a wish on a shooting star. Monday we have our new moon, also a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. This final eclipse of the year is going to open up and anchor us into some powerful energies. Next week the sun aligns with the galactic center. At this point some major energy is going to open up and stream in from the central sun, preparing us for the winter solstice. Expect some major light body upgrades. The rest of this month will be full of light codes and much higher frequencies. These are the energies of 2021 we are beginning to feel. Make sure you're using this eclipse gateway. It can be powerful for manifesting or healing. We are feeling the energies of Monday's new moon amplified by the next solar eclipse. It's the perfect time to be setting some positive intentions or to be meditating. From sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Linda Lee. Dear angels on earth, I am your Mother God, the Mother of all creation. I come today to share news. The energies coming to the planet are uniquely designed for this time frame when Mother Earth has been moved to a much higher vibrational band. The energies that are penetrating the Earth and will continue to intensify in volume and speed. The planet will need to adjust the energies, especially in the upcoming days and weeks. According to the divine plan, at this time of year, especially this year, the year of 2020. The divine has special designs for the planet and humanity. The planet is in a treat. Humanity at large will see and understand the divine plan in the coming years, and that is normally the case. Normally it takes time, sometimes years, for humanity to understand the divine plan and the plan in general. Being the light warriors and light workers community, however, the understanding of the divine and the divine plan is much more prevalent, and that is why the divine has been mainly focused to deliver the messages and news to the light workers, in the hope that through human relations our light workers will teach humanity about the divine plan and the ascension in general. However, at the moment, even some advanced souls and light workers who are still having difficulty grasping the divine plan, not mentioning the understanding of the divine and how the divine works. It is an issue that we, the divine, need to address and teach. In the upcoming time, we, the divine, will continue to bring the divine plan forward. We, the divine, will also continue the education of the plan, and hopefully our light workers community will have open communications about the divine and how the divine works, and what the divine laws the planet and humanity will need to follow. Meanwhile, in the upcoming weeks, the divine will bring long-anticipated changes to the planet and humanity. The planet is long due for the changes. Gaia has long waited for these changes, and Mother Earth, too, cannot wait for the changes in the next phase to start. In this special holiday season, the planet and humanity will finally see what the divine has planned for eons of time. The prophets have talked about over the ages, and Mother Earth, too, has been patiently waiting for as long as Mother Earth was created. The time has come, dear angels. The new era is about to begin. The new golden age is coming. The age of Aquarius has come, and all have anticipated, and now it is coming indeed. Get yourself ready, dear angels of my heart. Let the changes happen. Together we usher in the new era, the golden age, and together we move forward. I love you, dear ones. I am your Mother Divine. Go in peace now. So it is. Linda Lee. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica, Global Unity, Love, December 11, 2020, Planetary Conjunction, the Arcturians. We see the great light waves reaching your world, reaching your light bodies as love pours into your world. For this light configuration requires the downloading and aligning with the unity light vibration of every living being. Awakened souls, seeing this occurring as you step up to assist, align your light with the collective consciousness of Gaia as the global unity construct of your reality is upgrading. As heart-centered consciousness paves the way, see the new earth frequency downloading, upgrading, awakening. There is a flourishing of global consciousness as the light chemistry of every being is upgrading. See your role in this, the awakened ones, as the calling of global unity and alliance is the key to unlocking your old construct. As the global light family continues to awaken, connecting to this light construct, the harmonic light calling, aligned to universal heart consciousness, unity, love, life, we see the great work you are achieving collectively, global light family. As your heart configuration expands, we see your energetic light field upgrading, your soul team communication expanding. We see your light body, Merkaba, advancing. For your heart is the key to the universe, a portal to the new earth construct, the galactic light highway. As your light vehicle upgrades, as your global family unites, the new earth is born. Unity equals love. The Arcturians and Karen Lithica from KarenLithica.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Heather from Activation Vibration. Is your body and vibrational being able to pick up on the fact that we are in an energetic ascension portal? Although this time is monumental, it really is casual for us at this point, as we are now used to the process of conducting higher frequency energies that translate into clearer consciousness as conduits and pillars of the future way, dismantling and alchemizing the distortion of the expired into harmony and wholeness in which we come from and are always to be. It's pretty normal now, and yet as our sensitivity has strengthened, Many can more tangibly perceive the shifts and surges in vibration as they come through. Perhaps you can too. The scientifically scaled electrical resonance of Earth has spiked to all-time highs recently, increasing the opening of our many vibrational fields to welcome in forms of higher frequency consciousness and existence. Legends have already been made, and we just keep creating them. We are them. Claim it and relax into the knowing, so you can remember it as so. This requires integration, and your periods of process and rest should be taken seriously and honored accordingly. The physical plane of our existence is being prepared by our higher selves, multidimensional guides, and the Creator, which is all one. A greater unity and embodiment of this birthing through you and all of us. Enable yourself to experience the upgrades occurring for you, so it can continue to become more readily accessible for all. Epic. The collective is waking up. The awareness of the Galactic Federation of Light has recently gone mainstream. LOL, they are the mainstream. And the seeds we planted have been watered. Now harvest is nearing. That which has been attempted to be kept hidden has successfully advanced its placement, and now is open to all. Trust the momentum. It is already aligned. In many ways we did it, and yet we continue to support this reality in future through consistently adhering to it in every moment in which we presently encounter. Rise, rest, integrate, and return position yourself accordingly. You are loving, and so love the light has already won. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Maureen Moss. Journaling early this morning. Love has come to melt you down, to break you open, to give you your wings. It's your inheritance. You have always carried the code of the butterfly in your DNA. It is awakening now. Listen to your instincts and follow your flight path. From my writings in 2004, No Time, No Separation. The path of the butterfly and the path of the human are similar. Both live inside walls of protection. Both require strength from the inside out to shatter what was. The butterfly instinctively knows what is required for transformation. The human is about to remember. Love to all. Maureen. 1212 Gathering. MaureenMoss.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. Another day of blessed redemption over the Jezebel shapeshifter. All praises to the Most High. Equilibrium is happening, neutralizing this paradigm for good. Shekinah is here with her sword of truth, collapsing all old timelines for your new cycle of love and the Holy Grail. Shekinah is freeing and restoring the divine masculine Christ to reconnect back to their own intuition, higher self, Mother Earth, and the Most High. This is bridging them back home to their soul family, tribe, their divine feminine bride of Christ, and role as Lion King of Judah, truth be known. This is our 1212 flip that is occurring now. We are flipping into merging into union for creation. We have cleared all access points of the enemy, draining from our birthrights, wealth, love, and womb powers. Purification of the sexual and reproductive channels have completed enough for the 369 alchemical collective unions to progress forward into Heros Gamos marriages. 12. The aqua blue ray is complete. That stem from Christ and the Christed seed branch have fulfilled their prophecy in the flesh, meaning we have grounded in the aqua blue ray star seed ancient messianic lineage in the flesh of the divine masculine here on planet Earth. Today's judgments are supporting you becoming one whole Merkabah, sealed. This is your ascension vehicle. Your birthrights are complete. You are ready to expand from your heart to all four corners of the earth, to make the quantum leaps forward into the new reality we call Christ, the Christed flame and the Christed flesh. Revelation 7. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. 3. Saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 140 and 40,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. In Jesus' name, Amen. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Sun in Sagittarius trine Mars and conjunct the South Node. Do you know how strong you really are? The universe powers us up, reminds us of our strengths, provides us with a course of action, and yet there still may be a moment's hesitation, inertia, a thought that says, but I don't know how to do this. The sun's connection to the South Node tells us that we need to release old beliefs to fully embrace the power we have inside of us. Maybe we feel done with it. Tired, stuck, fed up with always being on the losing side, but Mars says, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again, because this time will be better. You just have to believe. Release old anger, stop fighting yourself, put conflicts behind you, avoid sweeping judgments. Rein yourself in if you know you have gone too far. Fight the good fight, stand up for what you believe in. Let go of all old goals if they no longer fire you up, and start something new. Jump, dance, kick a ball, or go for a run to get your blood moving. Visualize your inner warrior, vibrant, animated, ready. You can do this. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from Here in the Moon Astrology, Friday, December 11, 2020. Quote from Andrea Bolt, Impermanence. The way change falls in love with you. A heads up, the revelation wave that is delivering us to 2021 is now rising and accelerating in intensity. Just look at the planetary etheric timeline for the rest of December. 14. Total solar eclipse, 23 degrees Sagittarius. 16th, Chiron direct. 17th, Saturn into Aquarius. 19th, Jupiter into Aquarius. 20th, Mercury into Capricorn. 21st, Capricorn solstice, Jupiter-Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees Aquarius. And the 23rd, Mars square Pluto. The last eclipse of 2020 anchors a geophysical shock window that extends from the 7th through the 21st of December, along with signature extreme seismic disturbance. Solaris is flaring, CMEs are plentiful, and active sunspots are increasing. The first M flare in 3 years released on December 9th. The photonic light is profound as this wave enters. Feel the palpable, physical, visible, trackable energies in your own high heart and energy fields. Next Monday's total solar eclipse at 23 degrees Sagittarius, at the midpoint of the great attractor in the galactic center, is a true bonfire of the vanities. Pluto is making the third and final square to disruptor Eris now, bringing karmic chickens home to roost from the 2016 Uranus-Eris conjunction that delivered Trump's presidency along with Brexit, revealing what has to be left behind in the dustbin of history so that we can move forward in 2021. The results are in for this endgame. At this intersection of fate and free will, you won't need to search for subtle clues in your own life. All sorts of relationships, behaviors, habits, preferences, and attitudes will suddenly seem like a total mismatch with who you are now. You are now in a moment where you get to review, rethink, and recreate just about anything you want. You can't so easily relate to your past anymore. Your soul sees it all as just experience. There is less and less emotional attachment to it. It's a blessing because this cosmic recycling is making room for new memories. During this gateway passage to the Aquarian era, stay on your witness perch as the inevitable meets the illusory. Get offline as much as possible, set your intentions consistently, and pay attention to she who knows, that quiet voice of wisdom inside of you. From Here in the Moon Astrology.co.uk. And today from the Archangelic Calendar, Gaia is in Circe's will. Circe, our galaxy, acts upon the infinite universe's will. The general setting is universal in spirit, but not really. This setting is the highest possible setting, which is so vast that all elements are inflamed within. We are moving within higher energy, and as such, we will need a broader perspective to properly incorporate these pieces into our cognition. Keep looking for anomalies in the cities that we are working on. They always respond to our energy. Sometimes it is more evident than others. Please send us photos when you catch something. We appreciate them. The indigenous of the Arctic has been very vocal about the shifting polar caps, and so have we. This change is not something that we are predicting, as this is measurable scientific data. Realize that your hemisphere may have changed, and if it hasn't, it will do so shortly. Archangel Daniel helps us observe time. He can speed up and slow down time as he sees fit. He is working in engineering, and thus you can expect extreme time perception anomalies. Arriving in a 5D world, those with foresight will prosper in this upcoming age, as it is common knowledge that one would need a bit of intuition to survive the current waters. Anyone with any cognition of divine will has enough ability to move forward on this new timeline. You have to be almost completely disconnected from a divine perspective to fail. The macro setting is such that your impulses will have to be coming from a different place altogether to fall. In relevant philosophy, indigenous elders speak about two feeling zones, one real and one not. When you move into your heart, so to speak, you are divinely influenced, and thus you are one with God, again, so to speak, and when you are not, many mythologies have called it being tempted by the devil. This being is a macro system of impulses and not a physical troublemaker that manifests outside of yourself. Even the most articulate, enlightened among the past could not possibly articulate this correctly, and thus many mythologies were born. We must deeply feel the subtleties of what our reality is experiencing. We are the keepers of physical reality, and I do not romantically mean this. I say this in a very quantum physics sort of way. We create reality through our observation. The driving force of our observation is consciousness. Consciousness is the lens through which we direct our innate divine connection with physical reality. Ra will do his thing, and since we are all one in many ways with our sun, it will affect us directly. This movement was a conscious decision made on its part and not a random celestial event. Many people will not be invited back to incarnate on this planet, and most certainly not on this timeline. The reason for this is that order has come to the life-death process. This stance is not a punishment to those who do not fit the settings. It's a loving stance that puts people where they need to be based upon their soul's requirements, not upon unconscious rhythm. We will see a lot of dramatic entrances from vacationing star beings. Some people may construe these events to be a crash landing, but this is just how these beings make an entrance. All the lessons needed for this time have been learned and accepted way before we arrived. Of course, life is a continual process of learning, but for the most part, we are experienced veterans in the metaphysical arts and knew what was required when we incarnate on this planet. The time for learning is over, and the time to put our mastery into full authority is here. Thousands of years of spirituality render useless if we fail to answer the call in these pivotal times of transition. It's tough to say goodbye, but that is just what we must do to the past. It is much easier to say goodbye to the past than people, places, or nostalgia. Still, while inside this process, we always debate whether a change has painful consequences or is an opportunity to grow. The polarity is clear and fosters indecision. The only real answer is to rise above all differences, to see all sides of purpose, and decide based upon wisdom. Philosophical buffet. Most of humanity wanders around waiting for the perfect partner to complete them. Just seeing that statement is a reminder of how ridiculous that sounds to our higher self. Romantic relationships are fear-based when you look at it in such a way, but if you're already a complete person looking for a companionship to share joy, then by all means, the moral of the story is to let nothing outside of yourself complete your existence. Inconsideration is a massive problem for humanity on the lower timelines. The dog-eat-dog world, in which everyone thinking their perspective is the most important, fosters this notion. This virtue is also a product of being pulled by the lesser authorities' impulses mentioned before. Great masters make many stops along the way to what they are to become. Typically, when a master visits physical reality, they are very fresh along their path, a path that leads their consciousness to form a new sentient universe. Anything that happens on earth is only a glimpse into the divinity that truly is. We wish we could adequately articulate how insignificant a crisis of perspective truly is. It is very frustrating to see so many suffer because they cannot let go of an opinion, but it is more frustrating to lay stagnant in such a view. For those who do not understand the sacred nature of the children you are about to, do not look for humankind to facilitate this. This is a force of a higher authority. The animal's language is telepathy. Approach them with respect and get a response. Remember, all of your thoughts are loud when engaged in telepathy. Your heart and mind must be pure to communicate effectively. Newsflash, we are a multicultural society. It is utterly absurd to think that one can manipulate culture. When many cultures get together, they form new layers of culture that incorporate what resonates with the group's people. Tradition is lovely, so is evolution, and when they combine, we have the best of both worlds. Growing up in Brooklyn, it was evident that all cultures had connected to what is Brooklyn culture, a blending of what is best about all cultures. We are perfectly capable of coming together to celebrate each other. This should be the only way. Your looks are not beautiful. If you are only appealing to the eye, it is only for a brief time. If you are magnificent, it comes from your essence. Then your beauty lasts forever. Many see their exterior looks as determining factor in their worth. This is corrosion. The tools and assignments for today are in the link in the description below from the archangeliccalendar.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 257, Red Planetary Earth. The number 10 is called Planetary, and its keywords are manifest, perfect, and produce. The 10th step of any wave spell is about manifesting what you need. It provides perfect opportunities. Today is Red Earth, which represents evolution and navigation. We are all evolving all the time, although it can be indiscernible as it happens slowly, unconsciously, and subtly. As we grow older, it is easy to look back and see how we have grown up, softened, and matured. But while we go through the process, it's so hard to see. You are a work in progress. On Red Earth days, we can be more conscious about our evolution and take steps to navigate our way down the right path. Today's guide is Red Serpent, which represents life force, survival, and instinct. The serpent has incredible acute senses, always aware of what is going on in the neighborhood. Let this energy guide you through your evolving day. The challenge for the day is the blue hand, and so people born on blue hand days will find evolution more challenging than the rest of us. Challenging but not impossible. They just have to try harder. And today from Divine Sister of the Lights, Christina Papagiorgio, Red Planetary Earth, Kin 257, 11 December 2020, Manifesting Harmony. 11-12-2020 equal 11-12-22 equal 1-1-1-2-2-2 equal 2-3-4 equal 9. 11 Portal Gate Polarity. 2 Partner Twins Cooperation. 12 Acquiring Great Knowledge Strength. 3 Holy Trinity Joy Creativity. 22 Master Builder Architect of Peace. 4 Form Structure Foundation Earth. 9 Endings Destiny Service Humanity. Kin 257 equals 77 equal 14 equal 5. Freedom Change Transformation. Another huge planetary portal day in our ever-evolving ascension journey leading to the 12-12 gate tomorrow. Day 10 of the spectacular Yellow Star Wave Spell, where we are awakening our sparkle and using our creativity to attract more beauty, grace, and harmony in our lives so that our lives become a living work of art. And so we reach day 10 in the final countdown to piercing the veil through to Source. Today we are perfecting the manifestation of peace and harmony in our beautiful new world that we are collectively co-creating, perfecting the creation of the reflection of time equals art. As above, so below it is decreed. Tone of creation, planetary tone 10 in the physical realm. Action produces, power perfects, essence manifestation. The 10th day of the Yellow Star Wave Spell is the perfection of all we imagine is possible, and more. It is the harvest stage where we happily reap our manifest splendor. The forms we have been imagining begin to manifest into our reality, and our lives begin to reflect the beauty and harmonious flow that we desire. Our lives are transforming, our mind and hearts are at peace. All is well in our beautiful world. Humanity will need to be alert and listening, as Gaia will most definitely be communicating her current emotional state, so be mindful of planetary movements and events, particularly in the grids. Gaia is strongly calling all planetary wizards to unite in their collective visions of utopia today, meditating and being in stillness in order to perfect our manifestation of this grand planetary new dream of peace on Earth. Let's do this together, planetary kin. Let Gaia reach her highest potential too. Today's question is, how can we perfect the manifestation of the divine harmonic matrix of Mother Gaia? Divine blessings for perfecting extraordinary global manifestations today. In Lakek ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 257, Red Planetary Earth. The mantra, the code for today is, I perfect in order to evolve. Producing synchronicity, I seal the matrix of navigation with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of life force. And with your infinite co-creative power of life force, beloved beings of light, let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future uploads. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. We would like to thank everyone for your support and pledges on Patreon. We had several angels step up to the plate today to give us extra support. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Feminescence for your pledge and support on Patreon. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Diana Clark for your pledge and support on Patreon. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Adriana Fonegra for your pledge and support on Patreon. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light E. Soares for your pledge and support on Patreon. We'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Chio Valencia for your pledge and support. And we'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light Dam for your pledge and support on Patreon. With these pledges that came in today, we reached about halfway to where we need to be for our daily living expenses. So thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your new pledges, and thank you for your continued support. It is because of your support through pledges on Patreon and donations that will make it possible for me to keep bringing these daily transmissions to the world and to the collective daily for free. If you'd like to support our work and mission, you can make a pledge at patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. We also had our drawing today for our third goddess doll made by the hands of my sacred condor, and our divine sister of the light Melinda Farkas won the goddess Guinevere doll. So you could purchase these dolls from lunagoddessart.com. So congratulations, Melinda. We'll be sending you an email, so be sure to respond with your address and we'll ship that out to you. And these each come with the blessing of the eagle and the condor and the divine unions for our beloved angels, the sacred Heros Gamos codes, and the energies of sacred union. Now I'd like to take a moment to thank Divine Bro Star of the Light, Volkert Wardenberg, for your donation today. Thank you, Bro Star of the Light. I'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light, April Johnson, for your donation today. Thank you, Sister of the Light. And I'd like to thank Elaine Richard for your donation today. Thank you, Sister, for your support. And I would like to also thank Cecilia Watkins for raising your pledge on Patreon today. We appreciate you all and are grateful for every dollar that is contributed to our great mission and our great work. that we plan on bringing many great things to you, to the world, through our empire of love and through our divine union, to transmit the divine codes of union, of freedom and abundance for all of humanity. Because every one of you deserve to be healthy, happy, in joyful, healthy, loving relationships, and live in abundance, peace, and joy. And that is the code of the new earth. That is the frequency, the energy, and that is what our divine union is here to bring for all of you, for all of humanity, here now, in this perfect timeline. And for those that do not understand the prophecy of the eagle and the condor, which myself and my divine goddess are embodying, the eagle represents the divine masculine. It is the sacred bird of North America. The condor represents the divine feminine. She is the sacred bird of South America. And this is an ancient Incan Mayan prophecy for the days before the new earth, that which is the final prophecy to manifest heaven on earth. And these are divine unions coming together, divine feminine, divine masculine. It is the Christos, the Magdalene, the Shakti, the Shiva, that come together in divine union and pure unconditional love for each other and for all life and for all of humanity. And it is through this pure unconditional love and the highest honor, the highest energy, and as more of us step into this divine union of Heros, Gamos, and transmit to the world, to the collective, to consciousness itself, this is what shifts the simulation, shifts the game from that of suffering, fear, and pain into the vibration and reality of heaven on earth, of living from our heart and being connected to all things. And then together we spread our wings and we all fly free on the wings of love, honor, and truth forevermore. So thank you all for your support and joining us on this great journey together through this great ascension and great awakening. We love you all. Namaste.